So you want to get rich making money online. You see other people doing it, it gets you motivated, but you have no idea where to start or what you would even do. In this video, I'm going to lay down the principles that are required to making life-changing money online. These are principles that are responsible for making countless online millionaires up until this point, and they're going to be responsible for making countless more in the coming years. So if you follow what I'm saying and you apply it, you just might be in that group of online millionaires coming in the next 5 years or less. Now, this isn't buying and selling crypto. I'm not talking about gambling. While you can definitely still make money doing these things, this is what a lot of people would call dumb money, when a bunch of people are flooding into something that requires little to no skill. Usually means that you're on top of a boom and you should probably get out while you see grandmas are buying Solana. So what I'm talking about is the science of building an online business. It's not dependent on trends. It's not dependent on being in a bull market. These are recession-proof principles that you can apply to almost any niche or any topic, and you can start making money in your sleep quicker and faster than a brick and mortar business. Getting rich without getting lucky is all about providing value at scale. And the internet is absolutely the best place for scale. When you're talking about the massive amount of people that are on the internet, there's virtually no difference in selling a product to 100 people and selling that product to 10,000 people. And when you grow a business on the internet, it provides you with what Demarco, the author of the Millionaire Fastlane, calls controllable unlimited leverage. Leverage is what makes you money while you're sleeping. It's what allows you to compound your money without working any harder. And if your goal is to get rich, if your goal is to make a lot of money, your number one goal should be trying to figure out how you can create leverage in every situation. Every single job and even a lot of businesses provide the person that's doing the work with uncontrollable limited leverage. What most people have been taught is to leverage their time. You have no leverage when you use time. If you're a great editor, you'll never get rich editing 12 hours a day on Fiverr, but you will get rich by selling a Skillshare course on how to become a great editor that later tens of thousands of people can buy. Now, I'm in my early 20s. A lot of guys in their early 20s that don't want to work for someone and they want to start a company, they'll jump into starting a business like a landscaping company, for example. Now, while it's commendable to start a landscaping company and you can make some pretty decent money, this business model provides you with very little leverage. When you start out, you're spending a majority of your time trying to find clients and doing the physical work yourself because you probably can't afford employees yet. And then after a couple of years, you decide that it's time to start scaling the company. You start hiring people, you start investing in new equipment. And this might take you away from doing the actual physical work yourself, but the problem with buying a bunch of equipment and hiring a bunch of people is it comes with a lot more headaches as well. With a company like this, you never really have your money working for you. You're always trading your time because there's always something to be doing. So hard work is obviously not all it takes to become successful, or else all landscapers would be millionaires. And while hard work is definitely important, what you work on is much more important. So how do you choose the right thing to work on? So we already said that to get rich, you have to provide value at scale. And value comes from providing specialized knowledge that is in demand. Specialized knowledge is the kind of knowledge that can't be taught. It's only learned from experience. And because it can't be taught, you can't be replaced, you can't be automated, you can't be outsourced. And all of that makes you much more valuable. Now, when you hear me saying this, you might be saying, but I don't have any specialized knowledge. And to that, I would say, nonsense, mate. You've got it. Everyone has specialized knowledge in something. It just may take some searching and then refining once you figure out what it is. Look at the things that you're naturally good at, that maybe you picked up as a kid, that to your family and friends seemed like work, but to you it was easy. Like for me, it took me 22 years to realize that maybe I can make a living making videos. I started off making gaming videos, and then I made skateboard videos, and then I made funny skits with my friends. And as I've grown older and become interested in different things, this passion has kind of just grown with me. Now, while I may not be the best editor on YouTube or the most charismatic personality, as this channel grows and more people watch it, this skill becomes more and more valuable. Now, your specialized knowledge may not be as tangible as mine. It may be that you were good at negotiating with your teachers when you were a kid, at getting better marks. So now, if you can refine that skill, if you can pick up some psychology books, do some selling, in a couple months to a year, you could be selling a course teaching people how to negotiate for tens of thousands of dollars a month. And if you still don't know what you're good at, or you don't know what to do, the only answer to that is to just start learning. There isn't a single $20,000 course out there that can teach you something that a $10 book can't. So develop some specialized skills and something that you have a passion for, and these two things are just about half of the battle. Because specialized skills make you valuable in the workplace, and the passion is what's going to get you through things when it's hard. So now that you know what skill to provide, you have two options to start making money with this skill. You either go into code or content. Code is building software and apps. Content is making videos, podcasts, books, courses, etc. Code and content create controllable, unlimited leverage because the products that you're making have no marginal cost of replication. When you build an app that provides value to thousands of people, yeah, you could spend a year developing it without making making a single dollar, but by the end of it, you could have created something that is valuable to millions of people, which makes it worth millions of dollars. Content is the same thing. If you can find a way to provide value to people who are watching your videos, whether it's because you're teaching them something like I kind of am in my videos, or if you're just providing entertainment, millions of people can watch that video, and in that time, you can just keep getting paid for putting the work up front, and then you're reaping the rewards later. Now that you know what you should be working on, let's talk about the different directions you can take to make money online. Number one is advertising. This is definitely the most common for both code and content businesses. Advertising at this point has been so embedded into Western culture that if you're getting a lot of exposure on your app or on your videos, it's almost a no-brainer to be running ads. The only time that I'd be careful with jumping straight into ads is if you're building a social app, because a lot of times this can take away from the user experience and kind of stunt your growth very early on. Also, if you're making content, there's a lot of companies out there that are very shady that you should be careful with advertising to your audience. But other than that, this is a very safe way to be making money on the internet. Number two is subscriptions. This is where you offer users access to software or information or content, and you charge a monthly fee. Platforms like OnlyFans and Patreon have been making creators stupid rich in the past couple of years. Here's a look at Tim Dillon, the comedian's Patreon. He makes about $280,000 a month on this platform alone. And with software, subscription is very common for licensing. Like for this video, I'm using a company called Epidemic Sound, which gives me access to all of this music for a monthly fee. And then once I stop paying, I'm not allowed to use this music anymore. Number three is lead generation. The most common form of this is being the middleman between a business and consumer, or a business and another business. Lead generation solves two needs. Number one, the consumer's desire to save time and money. And number two, the business owner's need to find new customers inexpensively. Common form of lead generation that's been popping up recently is marketing agencies, where you run ads for a client for a monthly cut. Another one is affiliate marketing. This is pretty common with content creators. You put links in your bio to a certain product and you get a commission based off anyone who purchases that product. Number four is social networks or communities or forums. Andrew Tate's Hustler University is a great example of this. Yes, he provided some value in there and some videos on different business models, but the main attraction to Hustler University was to be part of the community that Andrew Tate created. By doing this, he made millions and millions of dollars per month. Number five is brokerage systems. Brokers bring buyers and sellers together and they make money on each transaction that they facilitate. Some examples are PayPal, Upwork, or Travelocity. I think a great example of a company that does this right is Splice. Splice is a music platform where producers can use and license music samples, and they're a combination of multiple things on this list. They're a broker, they're a community, they're a subscription, and they're a great example of taking a very simple idea and making it a very powerful platform. Now, this last one is a little bit of an outlier out of the code/content rule, but it can be just as, if not more powerful than everything else on this list, and that's e-commerce. With business models like dropshipping and Amazon FBA, e-commerce is a business that you cannot ignore because of the fact that it can be completely automated and outsourced straight out of the gate. So if what you want to do can be turned into a physical product, then e-commerce is probably the best option for you. So there you have it. Those are the basics of how to get rich online in the next 5 years or less. Obviously, I can't cover everything, and there's new business ideas popping up every single day, but hopefully you have a little bit more direction now than you did before you watched this video. The process that I've talked about is not easy, but it is simple. So the only thing left to do for you is to start and commit. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Think Rich. I'm Alex. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.